Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is our second day and the first technical session. What we're gonna do is today we are going to write one first project into first microservice. So we are just trying to make one microservice for the first time. For that, we'll be just installing the basic requirement today. For example, we will have to download and install JDK, that is Java Development Kit. So we can simply do this JDK download, right? And you can basically decide which version of JDK you want to download. So here you can directly download JDK. You see all these options are available here, right? Whichever OS you have. For me, it is Mac OS. So based on my requirement, I just downloaded. I already have it, so I'm not going to download and install that. So you guys can come here and based on your operating system, you can download JDK and install that into your system. So that is the first requirement. Second requirement will be we need to have one editor. Right now, I am using Spring Tool Suite. So if you want to use the same thing, right, you can just directly go to the Spring website and from here, based on your OS, right, you can download that. I have downloaded this one. This is my Spring Tool Suite, right, and I do most of my development into that. Okay. All right. So now, once we have these two items, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one simple program, and we'll try to deploy that program, and we'll try to access that program using our web browser. All right. So just let's go and open that STS. It's opening up. So the moment it opens, we'll just directly go and start working on it. So it is asking us to select one project space. So if I just go there, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create one new folder, and that will be our first project. Okay, I'm just giving a name railway to it. So this is the railway project. This is the railway workspace. I'll just open it, launch it. You just follow the step that I did here, and that will be all right. So it has opened up our IDE. Perfect. That is what we needed. Right. Now, what we want to do is we want to, we have two ways. First is we can create one starter project right here from this IDE itself. Or other ways, you can go to the spring.io website, and from there, you can download some project and you can use that project as your base reference. Okay. I could have used directly here because this is a Spring Tool Suite, but for those, who are using some different IDE, these steps will not be same. So I'll just go back to the browser, right? And from here, we'll just uh, download some project. Okay. So what I'm saying is Spring Start.io. If you just go to this startspring.io, and here we can download one a basic project. So what we want to use is we want to use Maven project. Here we have option of Gradle and Maven both. We are going to use Java as our language. We are going to use Spring Boot, so it's a stable version. And for example, here our group name will be, let's say, railway. Okay, and if I can say that, this will be like railway project. Okay, and we'll just keep it simple, and packaging is jar fine. Java we'll use 8 at the moment. We'll see later on if we need higher version of Java. All right, but as of now we'll try to keep it very simple. We need to add some dependencies since this is a web development. We gonna use some dependency related to web, Spring Web. All right, so that is all we need at the moment. We are going to come back here and we'll be using all the security JPA dev tools, that kind of a technology later on. But right now we'll just keep it very simple, right? And we just say generate. Okay, so it has generated something for me. I'll just go there and open this railway project. All right, so we have this railway project in downloads, right? Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna import project from there. All right, and it's a Maven project. So we'll go for this existing Maven projects. Um, go to that directory where we had that. So we had that in downloads, and I was saying railway project, right? Yeah. So this is the one that we want to import, and this is the pom.xml that was already created by start.spring.io, right? So let's just open that. It's gonna take a while to import Maven project. So maybe I'll just skip that part and directly come once we have that project imported, right? So if we come and see here, right, in this one, it is still creating the all the directory structure, right? Okay, now it has created, perfect. So if we have already have some development experience, we'll see that most of the part that we do goes in here, right? So if we just go here, we see one. This is the main project, the main package of our product, right? And here our main class is present, right? So our Spring application starts from this particular class. This is Spring Boot application. So this is the main class, and it runs our Spring Boot application from here. What we're gonna do is whenever we send any request to any server, right? It primarily goes to controller, right? We can have different aspect later on. For example, we can have service discovery, we can have load balancer, those kind of things, right? API gateway and those kind of stuff. But right now we are just trying to keep it very, very simple. We'll just directly, implement one controller. Our request is going to go, and we are going to get the response back from the controller itself. Later on, once we have all these things working properly, right, we'll implement all those stuff that I was talking about. For example, API gateway, load balancer. But for now, just try to keep it very, very simple. Okay. Purpose for today's session is to just create, one controller, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna send some response request to this and get a response from this. So I'll just call this as a railway controller. Okay. So this is our class. It has created one new package, and in that package we have this class. And this class is, we have to tell what sort of class is this, right? So I'm going to use one annotation here, which is REST controller. REST controller. All right. So we already have a Spring Web dependency into our project, so that it gets all these annotation by its own. So so we have this REST controller. That means we are telling, okay, this class is a controller class. Okay. So whenever any request comes, that our our application will search, okay, where is the controller, and our request will go into that particular class itself. Now we have to tell, okay, at what address or at what URL our request is coming here. Okay. So for that, we have another annotation, which is request mapping. Okay. So we can just have this request mapping here, and maybe we can just tell, um, we can just define one URL here. So we just say railway. Okay. And with that, we are done. Okay. It should be in the quotes. So whenever any request comes with this URL, that will land into this particular controller. Okay. And now we want to have one method, right, where we are going to accept the request and send back the response. So let's just make this class, right, this method public string. We are just going to send some string back at the moment. That will be our response, but later on we'll do something else as well, right? And for example, if we just say here, right, get hello. Let's keep it very, very simple. And just return one string back from here. Okay. Hello from railways. Here, what we gonna do is, so we want to get some response. So we are not, updating anything, or we are not saving anything into our database or the server, right? So for that, if we have such kind of a scenario, we use this particular, mapping, which is get mapping. So these are different verbs actually. For example, get, post, put, delete, right? So if you want to get some data, generally we just use get mapping. Okay. And let's say what we want to get from this, right? We have to define one, URL here as well. And let's say I'm just saying hello. We want to get the hello from here. Okay. So this will be it. It is very, very simple. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we just going to run this particular project. So if we just come here, right click here and restart the server, right? It will just start the application. And in our console, we can see that it is doing some activity, right? And it says our server is ready. It is running on port 8080. Okay. So if we just go to the port 8080 and we see that we have railway and hello here, right? Now we will try to see if we are getting some response back if we had that particular URL. Okay. So let's just go there, local host 8080. And then what was our URL? It was railway. And then what was the method, right? It was hello get mapping. So if we just say go there, right, we get a response from there, hello from railways. So that is how we send some requests and we get some response back. Uh, in case if you want to just modify this, hello from railways, hello and let's say we are saying hello and welcome, right? Hello and welcome from railways. So once we do this, we just save it. And what we do is we just restart it. Okay, it will just restart the application for us and it will be running on the same port, right? So it is running on 8080. We go back there, we just refresh it, send a new request, and we get a new response back. All right, so guys, that is how we create one fresh application, and that is how we send the request, and that is how we get the response back. Next session onwards, what we're gonna do is we'll start implementing first microservice of the railway project. That will be searching, how many seats are available in that particular train, right? So that is what we're gonna do in the next session. I hope you liked and enjoyed this session. And if you have any question regarding any of the topic, why we used get mapping, why we use REST controller, anything like that, just put down your comments in the comment section, and I'll try to answer that in the next session. What I'm planning to do is I'm planning to have one a recap, 2 minutes of recap in each video, what we did on the last video, right? So in that recap session, I'll be just covering what we did on this particular on the previous session, basically, and plus I'll try to accommodate all the questions and give the answer to that. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining and watching this video, and hope to see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.